Alright, considering how quickly you picked up number 1 at 60, you're able to sight read really quick, and considering what you have demonstrated so far, we're really pushing limits here compared to what I do with most people. So I recommended getting this guy up to 240. So let's make that the goal for all three. Now, working these things up here, like my whole thing, as talked about in that metronome method ebook, is going up in increments of 5. So I was thinking it's not a bad idea to still do that with all three of these. If you get to, like, let's see how long it takes. I want to see if you can go from 60 to 240 with any of these in 10 minutes. And I say that because if it starts getting up to like 15 to 20 minutes to go from 60 to 240, well, that's taking too long. So we could do this as well, and a lot of this will be determined on how quickly you can go up without making mistakes, going in increments of 5. So a suggestion I do have is you can go from like 60 to 120 in increments of 10. Maybe just continue to go increments of 10 until, if you can't get to 200 in the first few days by going up increments of 10, then it would be best to, you can try going 60 to 120 by 10, and then after that go up by 5s. So I don't see these being terribly difficult for you. I would imagine there will be at least some challenge as you're getting to like the 200 plus range. But let's say you get to 240 in all these in just a few days. It would be awesome if you could send me a video demonstrating those things, and then I can already send over the next thing for you, so this way you're not having to wait the entire week. So here we go, number 1 at 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the hard part about like just sight reading this thing is jumping from octave to octave, because it's very easy to goof it up if you're not looking at your hands, which is what I'm concerned with here at 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like trying to see like out of my corner of my eye the guitar and the screen. I clearly did not practice this. 180, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 200, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Kind of a bum note in there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Difficult. 220, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good Lord. 240, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, make sure I got that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, wrong rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. getting it memorized is going to be very, very helpful. Alright, number 2. This one's a little bit easier to sight read in terms of you're not jumping around so much with the left hand. Basically, kind of know where your left hand is for the most part. At least for the first 4 bars, just going up and down. That group of notes, and then we got these suspended second arpeggios being done. So a little less jumping around on this. Just a more challenging picking pattern. So always down on the down beat, up on the up beat. 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one thing I was thinking during that, so I like to use my first, third, and fourth fingers for that whole step stretch. I notice that you use your middle finger. Go ahead and keep doing that since that works well for your hand. Just wanted to point that out in case that question came up, if you should switch the fingers, and no. It really just depends on how the person's hand is made, or just how it feels. Like, I have wrist issues if I try and use my middle finger for a lot of whole step stretches. I have to use my ring finger. Alright, 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 60. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $40. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one you gotta hold your breath on because you're concentrating so hard. Okay, and number 3. So less down beats are being played on here. And for the first 4 bars, we got this little scale patterns you're ascending. And then we got some arpeggio stuff for the descending portion. So every bar, the first 4 bars, you're going to start with your index finger, and then the next 4 bars you start with the pinky finger. All right, here we go at 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. $20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 60. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good God, that was not easy. Sorry. I was gonna say. So, if you don't or you can't get up to 240 on any of them, that's fine. I just want that to be like the speed cap there, because once you get to that point, I mean, you definitely got them down. Absolutely. You can play these eighth note patterns at 240, you got them. And no need to really push them any further. That's just a good point to move on to the next thing. As I mentioned, with most students, these kinds of eighth note, single note picking patterns, I have everyone work up to 140. But I believe that would be too easy for you, so keep pushing the speed. See where you can get, and if any questions come up, please let me know, and I'll see you next week.